Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge-sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book. This book is called A renowned translator, Zhang Kehi, once said, "There are books that remain young even at 70 or 80 years old." This is the perfect description for the adult fairy tale and masterpiece, The Little Prince. It is also a book that has deeply moved and profoundly influenced me. Behind every fairy tale it tells, we recognize the nature and desires that exist within each of us in the adult world. Though it appears as a thin volume with simple words, it serves as a soothing balm for the souls of the entire world. After reading The Little Prince, we come to understand that the deepest wisdom is often hidden within the purest heart. Let go of the external. The Little Prince lives on asteroid B612, a tiny planet with very little on it. Only 2 active volcanoes. Every day he wakes early to clean the volcanoes and pull up Baobab seedlings. These seeds arrive unwittingly with the wind and are terrifying because they possess the power to grow monstrously. If not removed in time, his small planet would soon be ravaged by wildly sprouting baobabs. Although baobab trees could bring life to his barren world, attract migratory birds or shield him from the scorching sun, he still diligently uproots them. In reality, our lives are filled with such baobabs, clothes worn only once or twice yet piling up in closets, books untouched and gathering dust on shelves, discounted items bought on impulse, rarely used and eventually stacked in some forgotten corner. In psychology, there is an effect called the Diderot effect. It reveals that we tend to spend money on things we don't truly need. When you buy something new, you feel compelled to purchase complementary items to achieve psychological balance. For example, you buy a new outfit and suddenly realize you need matching shoes or a handbag. You purchase a new sofa set and notice the living room decor no longer matches, so you redecorate. In today's material-driven era, when consciously fall into patterns of overconsumption, we rarely consider simplifying, reducing, or eliminating. Instead, we accumulate, upgrade, and create more possessions. Mayumi Akirawa, author of The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, once said, "Owning something means expending your own energy on it." Most of us simply aren't aware of this. Whether life is wonderful doesn't depend on how much you have, but on how much time you have to make yourself happy. If our hearts are day by day obscured by material desires, if we endlessly chase them, we will unknowingly miss the happiness in our present lives and even exhaust ourselves, leading to greater fatigue, depletion, and suffering. To discover the true essence of life, we must let go of the external and regularly clear the baobabs from our existence. Let go of desires before arriving on Earth. The Little Prince visited 6 small planets and met 6 peculiar adults. The first was a king living alone on his planet, ruling over imaginary subjects. He issued strict decrees to his self-created populace, nailed to his throne like a peg, clutching his scepter, never moving an inch. The Little Prince, frightened, quickly bid farewell. Another was a strange businessman. He sat counting, writing receipts daily, and locking them in a drawer. The Little Prince wondered whom he was transacting with. The man said he was counting stars, each one a deposit in his bank. He was drowning in the craving for wealth, unable to free himself. His entire life was spent trapped behind a desk, living like a counting machine, whether king or businessman. These adults are no different from many of us, falling into a bottomless pit where desires for status and money pull us headlong. Once deeply sunk, we are never satisfied. Isn't that the greatest tragedy of a person's life? When desires grow excessive, one becomes a moth to the flame of ambition, led endlessly by fame and fortune, flying without destination, only to end in exhaustion. We lose time to perceive and experience what truly exists on the path we walk, and the meaning of life slips further away. Let go of unworthy relationships. The Little Prince finally reached Earth, landing in a deserted desert. For days he saw no one. He shouted into lonely valleys and heard only his own echo. To escape solitude, he poured his heart out to everyone he met, only to be met with disappointment. He opened up to the snake, but it coldly wanted to devour him. He eagerly shared his past with the railway switchman, who ignored him. He met the pill salesman, who only tried to trick him into buying his wares. To avoid loneliness, the little prince tried his best to connect with people on Earth, but those cold, self-serving individuals sought only personal gain. It wasn't until he met the fox that everything changed. The fox invited him to the dunes to watch the sunset together. They shared their deepest feelings. The fox told the little prince that what is essential is invisible to the eye. It can only be seen with the heart. In the fox, the little prince felt sincerity and kindness for the first time. At that moment, his loneliness melted away. Have you ever experienced meaningless socializing like the little prince? When lonely, I want to talk to a friend, but after scrolling through my contacts, I silently close the phone. In times of trouble, old friends who once ate, drank, and laughed together suddenly become strangers. Over the years, we realize that true friends are few. Instead of blindly expanding our social circles, it's better to narrow them and reserve our energy for those who deserve it. The sincerity of 2 or 3 soulmates is worth 100,000 times more than the noise of casual acquaintances. Keep a pure heart. After parting with the fox, the little prince wandered aimlessly. Fatigue and bitterness burned within him. Wind and sand made him reluctant to open his eyes. Days later, he met the pilot who had crash-landed in the desert. Stranded for 8 days, the pilot was gripped by anxiety, his mind filled with grim scenarios. What if the engine can't be fixed? Who will complete the mission? Flights delayed. Will there be water tomorrow? So many regrets in life. As water ran out, the pilot collapsed into a high fever. The little prince, however, was the opposite. He worried not at all. He searched for water, gazing at the starry sky along the way, chatting with the pilot about his wondrous journeys. In their easy conversation, he discovered a water source, and together they escaped danger. In life, we are struck by 2 arrows. The first comes from the external world, challenges and failures we face. The second is the arrow we shoot into ourselves, negative emotions we create. That arrow stands ready to pierce us when our hearts are tangled in turmoil and dark thoughts. Psychologist Arthur once said, "No one lives in an objective world." There are no complicated situations in life, only complicated minds. Turning simplicity into complexity is easy. Returning from complexity to simplicity is always hard. It requires discipline and awareness. But only by letting go of excess possessions, desires, and thoughts can you awaken your true self. If this video was helpful, please support Remind with a like, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for future videos. May we all let go of chaos, live simply, clear away the fog of materialism, desire, and indifference, and embrace the little prince within each of us.